Okay, so we're back for some coasters. I just got my new shipment in, so I'm excited. And in my previous video, I shared a little bit about how I mix things up. So I'm gonna try to make this a little bit shorter today, but I'm gonna be using my Color to Go Black Night. I'm gonna try this base again, and I had some ideas for some swipes, which is something I'm really needing to work on. I'm not that great at the swipes. I've really been practicing my blooms and the Dutch pour, so you'll have to go along with me and we'll see how it goes. But my thoughts were, as I was thinking of like a flame kind of pattern, kind of swiping it across the top here and spinning it out and see what it looks like. So that's what I'm gonna go for, and we'll kind of adjust and see how it goes. So first I'm gonna grab my pillow paint. It does look like it thickened up just a little bit, which I'm kind of happy about because it's still pretty thin, but that will be something that's kind of important. I'll spread this out just a little bit more already to start with. Okay, so I mixed up, I had used a gold cell activator last time. This time for my swipe, I think I'm gonna go with the gold is actually a pour paint. So this is just mixed with my pouring medium, not the Aussie Floetrol. So I'm gonna start off with that. I'm gonna go right on top of that with my neon orange. Then I'll do some of the red. Some of the yellow. I'm sorry, not yellow. This is the hot pink. And I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of yellow. And we're gonna see kind of what this does. So for my swipe, what I'm first gonna try is gonna be on my knife here. I'm gonna do a little bit of the black cell activator. Actually mixed up this kind of turquoisey color, so I'm gonna add that to it. Just curious as to what's gonna happen. So then I'm gonna try and swipe this and let's see what it does. Hopefully something cool. Oh, I like all the cells I got. That actually went really, really well. Wow. Lots of really good colors here, so I'm actually just gonna add some little swirlies on the edge here. I might lose some of this when I spin, so I just want to be kind of intentional and bring some of the colors back around. I don't want to mess with that too much. Okay, hopefully I don't lose too much of this when I spin, but let's see what happens. I give it just a little bit of a spin. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like the gradients that it has there. I like how it's a little concentrated over here. Those are kind of neat. Okay, I'm gonna do one more little spin. And I'm spinning just to get the majority of the leftover paint off so that it doesn't dry or crack when it's drying. I really like that. I lost all the turquoise cell activator, at least from what I can see so far, but I like all the different effects that I have here. I do want to kind of smudge a little bit because I'm missing a spot on the side here. I think I got good coverage on the rest of the sides. Okay, now I didn't add anything with a whole lot of sparkle other than the gold. Little guy. But that's pretty cool. You can see that. You can see all the different colors in there. So I'm going to set them down in my fancy hand filter. Let's try another one. Grab my next tile, kind of plunk it down there. So I didn't end up with a whole lot of negative space there. So the swipe kind of took up most of the tile, which isn't bad, but I was kind of going for a little bit more of a subtle look, so I'm gonna kind of help spread this out just a little bit. I might try to target my colors on the one side instead of doing it on all of them. I'm gonna start with the same order. So let's see, I'm gonna do the gold, maybe kind of do over here. I'm gonna reverse some of my orders. Let's see if I do the yellow, what that does. Go back in with my neon orange. Top it off with a little bit of the pink here. I feel like that's got hair or something in it, but let me see, where did I stick it? Okay. Maybe for a little sparkle, I'll add a little bit of the red blue on there. Let's see what that does. Almost out of that one. Okay, now I kind of liked how the cell activator worked last time. Debating if I want to go with the black cell or maybe try the white with the turquoise and see if that goes better. Let's try it. So I just put some of the white on my knife here. I'm going to drizzle some of the turquoise on top of it. I'm going to try to swipe just on this side to give me some negative space. Wow, you can see a lot more of the sparkle. I lost a lot of the red and stuff. The white is taking a little bit longer for the cells to come in. It does look really cool in the dark background though. Let's see here. Very different look, even though it's the same colors. It's kind of crazy. Spin this out a little bit. Wow, that's really pretty. The pink kind of really took over with the white cell activators. You can see that a lot more. Very cool, like a little swirly how it's spread out there. I think I'm gonna call that one good. So let's see here. Got pretty good coverage on all the sides. Get that one picked up. Very neat. Okay, so those two were very different. That's okay, like I said, I'm all about kind of experimenting today. Make sure I'm still kind of centered. Okay, let's see. Go and add my pillow. Spread my pillow out just a little bit more to the edges. Still centered. Okay, so I've done gold as the base a couple of times. I think I'm going to switch it up and I mix a new color, my permanent red violet. I'm sorry, permanent blue violet. So I'm going to start that kind of thinking about like a flame kind of fire color. That would be like where the hottest flame would be. I'm going to try that and see what that does to the color sequence. I'm going to bring the gold up a little bit more. So I'm going to top that with the red. And I'm going to go in with the orange. And the yellow. And then lastly this time, I'm going to put the gold right on the top. So I'm kind of wanted to see what would happen with just the turquoise cell activator. So I might try that this time, see what happens. Curious what these colors are gonna do. So now I have just the turquoise on my knife. So let's kind of swipe on here and see what that does. Oh, I really like that lacing. The contrast that you can see over here. Get some really pretty gradients and some mixtures down here. Spin this out a little bit. Let's see what it does. Oh wow, that's really cool. I like how the turquoise kind of adapted all the different colors, but it kept the cell lacing over towards the edge there. And spin it just a little bit more. Try not to lose all of the darker colors on the end there though. Wow, can you see those there? I'll take some pictures of them afterwards, of course. Okay, let's do one more in this kind of color sequence, and then I'm gonna switch up my colors, I think. So again, I'm gonna take my pillow paint. Tilt it out to spread it around. See, I've got a bubble, something right there in the middle. There's that guy. Okay, so let's see, I've done a couple of different combinations. Now I'm gonna try with the orange on the bottom. And I'm gonna add the pink. Yellow, do a little bit of the blue violet here, add the red, and then finally the gold on top of that. I've tried a couple of them. I think I might go with just the white for my cell activator this time. Let's see what that does with these colors. Okay, still managed to put them in the middle, so I'm gonna try to get a curvy kind of swipe in here. Well, I think that actually went real well, okay. Getting better at the pressure with that. Well, that's kind of cool. You can definitely see the gold kind of taking more predominant on this one since that was towards the top. But you can see the red and the purple, those kind of colors scuffled out. Spin her out and see what they do. Very cool. Definitely noticing that this base, pillow, I'm sorry, spreads out much faster, so I may need to not spin it quite as hard. I have been there. It's kind of sloughing everything off. I really like how you can see the pops of the primary colors there. Okay. I feel like that's good for experimenting my swipes. I do want to try some blooms. Go back to some tried and true. Get these guys situated in their tray real quick. Okay, so I'm still going to use the same base, but I'm going to go back to some of my kind of blue purples that are just my favorite. Really love working with them. Those colors speak to me. Okay, so here I'm going to start with this permanent blue violet. And then I'm going to jump into my phthalo blue. I'll go with my ultramarine. And I have my turquoise, kind of sparkles. I think just a dab of the hot pink. Ooh, a little more than the dab I wanted. It's okay. And top that off with this kind of darker one. I need a lighter color in here, so I might have to come back to visit this, but that's okay. I think I really liked how the turquoise looked, especially with these colors. So I'm going to do the turquoise cell activator first. And then I'm actually going to do the white on top of that. Let's see what this does when I blow it out. Wow, you can really see all the turquoise lacing in there. I have this kind of bit of color clumped up here, so I want to do some swiggles and make that look more meaningful. Okay, now I'm trying to spin it as hard. Let's see what happens. Just a little bit of a spin. That's really pretty. I like how much the turquoise stands out. The rest of the colors are still pretty subtle. A little bit more, so I got quite a bit of paint on there. Pretty good with my level. Turquoise lacing is really pretty. I might try the next one with just the white and see. I'm also thinking a little bit more either the pink or the orange. Bringing out some other colors, but it is kind of dark, which was what I was going for with this pillow paint, so. Okay, let's see, I started on the darker side, so I'm gonna flip that. Start with some of the lighter colors. Just see what that does. Haven't really got to play with this darker base all that much, so we'll see. I don't think I was doing orange. That's okay. It's my Ultramarine. Go in my Pthalo blue. Turquoise sparkles. A little bit of a red blue. And a little dollop of the permanent violet. I think I'm going to do the same thing, except this time I'm going to do the white right on top of that purple. And then I'm going to do the turquoise cell activator on top of that. Okay, let's see how that changes it. That's really neat. Don't get as much of the cell activator on the sides here. You can see the white and the teal kind of breaking up, and where the white is, it picked up the colors around it, but you can still see some of the teal as well. Let's give her a little bit of spin. You can see one spot that isn't getting a whole lot of coverage. I'm going to kind of dab with my stick here and just make sure we get the edges covered. Maybe one more spin. That was crazy. I thought I saw it when I first did that, but that almost looks like a little Jack Skellington face right there. Well, that's kind of crazy. We'll see if that stays when it dries. Okay, let's keep going. You know, I might try a blend with the reddish colors and see how it comes out different from the swipe. Let's go for it. These colors are a little bit brighter. My balloon will help them kind of pop a little bit more. A bit of gold. And some bubbles to pop. And then I think for my cell activator this time, I'm going to go just the white. And let's see what she does. Gold is definitely more prominent in that one. but you can see the reds, some of those deeper colors kind of popping through on the front here. So if I spin those off, they might actually end up being where most of the pattern is. Get the white to separate out just a little bit more. I'll try spinning it and see what it does. Sometimes that little tug on it is enough to make the cells kind of pop up a little bit more. Very cool effect with the gold all around the edge. Kind of like how the white is picking up some of the colors there. You can see the pink and the yellow kind of inking in. Okay, this is my last coaster, and then I have an 8x10 that I want to try something I've seen so many people doing that I'm just itching to try. And that's doing either like a double, maybe I'll get super brave and do a triple bloom, kind of see what those look like. Let's see. This time, start some of my brighter colors. The gold I'm going to kind of hide a little bit deeper. I don't want it to take over, but I do want the sparkles. I got my neon orange. Bit of the red. Maybe a touch of the red blue for some sparkles. And for the heck of it, let's go with the turquoise this time, just by itself. See what it does. A little bit of trouble getting the turquoise to separate out a little. It's okay, I might just need some time. Also, I just mixed that one up, so just maybe I didn't add enough Floetrol to it. That's quite possible. Okay, give this one, last one a spin. Still have a lot of the turquoise cells there, so we'll kind of spin it a little bit more and see if it'll separate out, but if not, that's still kind of a cool effect having the turquoise right there in the middle. Very nice. Okay. So something I'm definitely learning is that it's going to take me some practice getting used to some of the thinner pillow paints. Okay, now I have enough paint on here to help that stick, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. But let me go ahead and get my pillow paint. A little bit more just for the edges here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so I said I wanted to try like a double bloom, so we're gonna see how this goes. This is basically where you do 2 blooms kind of side by side, blow them out, and then see how you can get them to interact with each other. So I'm gonna try the same color sequences. 1 and 2 blooms. I might need to do my little dots a little bit smaller. Spread that out a little bit. This is like the last of my ultramarine. Gonna have to mix up some more. I'm gonna add the yellow in here actually pretty early on. Let's see. And my Pthalo. Probably need to do a better job controlling my little drizzles there. Add this for sparkles. Some of the darker purple again. Then I think I'll go a little bit of the hot pink. Have this interesting little trail in between the two. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with, well, what now might be gray cell activator. Looks like I got a little bit of black in there. It's always fun. Let's blow each of these out and we'll see how they go together. Okay, so I got my 2 blooms in there. Now I want to kind of play around and use some swirlies to kind of connect them. And I also want to add some details on the outside. And I have to remember not to spin as hard. Spread this out because I do want to try to keep some of the details from these edges. What I like with this paint is you have time to play, so you're not in a hurry to figure out what out of the design kind of calls to you. Okay, lightly spin this. Let's see. I'm gonna spin it hard enough to get the paint all the way to the edges, but not so hard that I lose all the kind of cool designs and stuff. I might actually add a little bit more pillow paint on the edge here because it doesn't look like it's gonna reach. Maybe a little bit right here. pattern in the middle is really actually very interesting. Okay, pretty happy with how that came out. It's got some really interesting lacing and things, so I think that's where I'm gonna end this one. So I'll do some pictures and stuff afterwards to share, but thank you so much for joining me.